Every time you fill petrol in India, you are not just paying for fuel, you are paying for global geopolitics. A war happening thousands of kilometers away, like the Russia Ukraine war, can directly affect your daily expenses. But why does this happen and what does it mean for India's economy? India is one of the fastest growing economies in the world, but it faces a major challenge: energy dependency. India imports nearly 85% of its crude oil from other countries. This means that India's economy is highly dependent on global oil prices. When oil prices increase globally, transportation costs go up. When transportation costs rise, the prices of goods also increase. This leads to inflation, affecting millions of people across the country. At the same time, India has to spend more dollars to import oil, which increases the current account deficit and puts pressure on the Indian rupee. Every time the situation became more complex during the Russia-Ukraine war. After the war began, Western countries imposed sanctions on Russia and reduced their oil imports. This caused global oil prices to rise sharply. India now faced the difficult decision whether to follow global political pressure or protect its own economic interests. India chose a balanced approach. It increased imports of discontinued crude oil from Russia while maintaining diplomatic relations with countries like the United States. This approach is known as strategic autonomy, where India makes decisions based on its own national interest. Situation. However, this strategy also brought several challenges. Sanctions made international payments more difficult. India had to explore alternative payment systems and currencies. There were also pressure from Western nations to reduce trade with Russia. Additionally, dependence on a few suppliers increases the risk of supply disruptions. So, while India managed the situation effectively, the risks still remain. However, to reduce this dependency, India is taking several important steps. In the short term, India is diversifying its oil imports by buying from multiple countries and building strategic petroleum reserves. In the long term, the focus is on reducing oil dependence altogether. India is investing heavily in renewable energy such as solar and wind power. It is promoting electrical vehicles to reduce fuel consumption, and it is increasing ethanol blending in petrol. These measures aim to improve India's energy security and reduce vulnerability to global shocks. To reduce Despite these efforts, there are several challenges. Renewable energy projects require huge investment. Infrastructure for electric vehicles is still developing, and transitioning away from fossil fuels takes time. Moreover, global geopolitics remains uncertain, making energy planning even more complex. India's oil dependency is not just an economic issue. It is a geopolitical challenge. It affects inflation, trade, currency stability, and foreign policy decisions. Going forward, India must balance economic growth, environmental sustainability, and strategic independence, because in today's interconnected world, even the price of fuel tells a global story.